Hey everybody, welcome back to some more MH3 Modern, and as we await the potential ban of Nadu, as of the time of recording, I'm going to give you a live update. It is 11:30 on Monday, July 8th, and we haven't heard anything from WotC, so there's a good chance that maybe nothing is going to get banned today. Maybe we can hope that it's a little bit later on, but anyways, enough about Nadu. You've probably heard enough about that stupid little bird. Let's talk about Assault Strobe, shall we? So this particular deck list came from Brian Boss, who just narrowly missed top 8 at Pro Tour Modern Horizons 3, and has a very interesting take on the Prowess deck that's been kind of popping up as of late. Now, the more popular Prowess decks have been energy-focused, with Amped Raptor, Unstable Amulet, and Galvanic Discharge. And Brian said, you know what? I don't want any of those cards. I just want to kill people on turn 3, sometimes even on turn 2. And we are doing that with Assault Strobe, which is a 1 red mana sorcery. Very simple. You give something double strike. Not too complicated. Very, very powerful when you combine it with Prowess creatures. Soul-Scar Mage, Monastery Swiftspear, and then the double Prowess creature, Slickshot Show-Off. Also notably has flying, harder to block. So you have that as your core of creatures alongside Dragon's Rage Channeler. The reason Channeler is nice on this deck is because you have so many cheap cards, you're triggering it very, very often and very frequently, and it's nice to help you find your... Think of this as kind of like a Splinter Twin deck, where you're trying to assemble Slickshot plus Strobe, and Channeler, deals a little bit of damage along the way, helps soften up their life total to get them, lower to make sure that you can kill with Assault Strobe, and it helps you find whatever piece you're missing, either Slickshot or Assault Strobe. The rest of this deck, you're probably used to these cards by now. Lava Dart, very powerful in Prowess. Lightning Bolt, don't need to say any more about that. Mutagenic Growth, when you're playing with Assault Strobe, gets even better, but the regular Prowess decks still play it as well. Now we can talk about the cards that you may not be used to. So, 2 copies of Monstrous Rage, which, when combined with Assault Strobe, is extremely powerful. Temur Battle Rage is a card that is synonymous with being very, very powerful with large things like Death Shadow in the history of Modern. And you're sort of recreating that experience here by giving your Monastery Swiftspear double strike and then also giving it +3/+0 in trample with Monstrous Rage to make sure that even if you don't have a flying creature, you can get past their blockers without, basically no effort whatsoever. 2 Blossoming Defense, which is a card that Pioneer Gruul Prowess decks have been incorporating as of late, and it's a nice way to protect against removal spells. If your opponent goes for a Fatal Push or a Solitude, and you are going for a kill with a Assault Strobe with a mana backup, then they're just going to die because you can give your creature hexproof. And then, last but not least, Scale Up, which is kind of a weird one. You might have seen this card before in Infect decks, where, the power of Scale Up being able to turn your Infect creature, say an Inkmoth Nexus or a Bladed Agent, into a 6-power creature that effectively has, unblockable or evasion, is very powerful because, you're dealing... Infect is basically dealing 2x the damage. Well, when you combine Scale Up with Assault Strobe, you are literally dealing 2x the damage, so it sort of gives you that Infect vibe without, having to play an actual Infect creature. So you have a lot of ways to, turn 2, or maybe not a lot of ways to turn 2, but you're very, very consistently a turn 3 kill deck, even more so than the regular Prowess decks that play all the energy stuff, because as good as the energy stuff is, it can be kind of clunky at times. I like how Brian has sort of tarnished the good name of Prowess and decided to play one singular Modern Horizons 3 card, which is effectively the 18th land in the form of Legion Leadership, just kind of an extra way to it's a land, but also it's a spell when you need it to be. Kind of a cool idea here. Mana base, pretty straightforward. Fetches, shocks, basics, and then 1 commercial district. Nothing too crazy about that. And then the sideboard, again, we're living in Nadu world. Would I suggest playing Harsh Mentor after Nadu gets banned? No, but for now, it's still legal, so we gotta play it. Questing Druid, very good in the grindy matchups. This is a card that Prowess typically plays main deck, but we have them in the sideboard here because we want to make our game 1 deck as linear as possible. Snakeskin Veil, additional protection against removal post-board. Pick your poison, good against Urza Saga, Scion of Draco, all that kind of stuff. Tormod's Crypt for the graveyard decks. And we cannot forget about our emotional support elk, Jegantha the Wellspring. That's it for the deck tech. This deck is pretty sick. If you are interested in a slightly more aggressive approach to Prowess, I would highly recommend checking this out. Perhaps maybe for your upcoming RCQs in the next season. Anyways, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought down below, and I will see you guys in a little bit for round number 1. All right, what do we got here? Ooh. I love tap lands. I'm still keeping this hand. Because if we commercial district into a lane, it's really good. I think on the draw, I would never keep this hand, but at the play, it's reasonable. Unavailable content, unfortunately. Well, I don't know why it's unavailable, but I hope they're playing Storm. Because if they are playing Storm, they're probably dead next turn. That could be Storm. Oh, that was the other thing I changed. Brian did not have a Jegantha. And I couldn't figure out why. So I decided to play a Jegantha instead. Oh, is it just Storm? I mean, if they tap out for a Medallion, they're dead. Oh, okay. Well, good game. Did we have a good time? Did everybody have a good time? I know I did. I don't know about you, but... Anyways, next game. Green Slickshot, by the way. You heard there was a shortage of Jegantha at the PT. When you say shortage, you mean that the dealers ran out? Or do you just mean that people, like, less people played it than they should have? Like, they actively chose not to play it? Or was it because that they just couldn't access it? Oh, really? Not enough copies to buy? They've cornered the market on Jegantha? Do we even have sideboard cards for this matchup? I guess Tormod's Crypt. Do I want to cut any of these cards? Not really, right? Like, I guess the Blossoming defenses are kind of bad against them, because we're not trying... They don't have removal. We're not trying to protect. Yeah, I'll just play this. Tormod's Crypt can maybe buy us a turn. Are there any MH3 cards in this list? If you replace Legion Leadership for a land, then no. But it's just the one Legion Leadership. Would you count Harsh Mentor as an MH3 card? Just because it, like, nobody would play it if it wasn't for Nadu. Like, it kind of counts, right? It's an honorary MH3 card. The Saint doesn't kill on turn 3, but I think it's good enough. Does that make Soul Spike an MH3 card also? I mean, if you want to get technical, then yeah. I think I'm going to hold off on the Bauble still next turn, because I'm going to get a lot more damage. And I think the theory is that my one Tormod's Crypt can buy me the turn that I need. They're playing green and white as a splash. Interesting. Okay, I don't like that. They're not dead, but I think I'm just going to deal them as much damage as possible this turn, in the hopes that the Tormod's Crypt can buy me a turn. I guess I can see what my top card is. Okay, I don't think that changes much. It's your top card. Does that change much? Not really, right? Like, I don't really care if they kill the one that has the rage on it. I just don't think I care that much. So 13, they go to 4. So we have to hope that this Tormod's Crypt can save us a turn, which it might be able to. I wouldn't say it's necessarily easy for them to kill us without Past in Flames. It is doable, but it's not the most trivial thing, right? How does scale up work with Slickshot? It works the way you want it to. So scale up makes the creature have base power 6, but it still keeps the bonuses. Oh, I guess they could also just lose 3 flips, huh? Well, they lost 1. If only I had a Lava Dart. YouTube is way too strict about... Oh, okay, they just conceded. YouTube is way too strict about copyright stuff. Three minutes win. Was it even 3 minutes? Do you think we can beat Dingo's speedrun record? That's the real question. Sand is not the best because we don't have any spells, but I think it's good enough. I don't know what Dingo's record is. Like 45 minutes, probably? It might not even be that high. It might be less than that. It's probably Boros. Boros. I think this is not a great matchup, especially for the scale-up version. Because, like, in general, when you're cutting cards like Amped Raptor and Unstable Amulet for, pump spells, not great against a deck that has a lot of removal. Need to find a removal spell for that. Uh-oh. That's not good. Sand is not panning out. So Ruby Storm is interesting, right? If you they had like a little slide on what the most played sideboard cards in the Pro Tour were, and the 3 most played sideboard cards were Drannith Magistrate, Damping Sphere, and Consigned to Memory. Now, Consign is not as good against Storm, but Damping Sphere and Drannith do kind of just KO them. So I think part of the reason why Ruby Storm, there's 2 things here. There's 2 things to factor in. One, because every single person in the Pro Tour was prepared for it, it's just bound to do horribly. Because even like imagine reversing the roles, right? Say Dredge is the deck that is like that people expect will be played a ton. People are just going to put a bunch of Rest in Pieces and Leylands in their sideboard. And it's similar to Dredge in the sense of, sure, maybe your game 1 win percentage is extremely high, but it's very, very hard to win 2 postboard games against a bunch of sideboard cards. So, that's option number 1. But I mean, that's probably the biggest reason, I think. Yeah, and then like there are some decks that get the basically pre-board against it. Like you said, Dothi Voidwalker's main. Or just like people who have removal spells to kill Ral. Like sometimes they go for a Ral kill and it's just like, I have 1 removal spell to kill your Ral, then what do? That's a start. I think I'm supposed to play the second Slickshot too, right? I need to try and race them somehow. I have to kill the Ocelot Pride. Cannot let them have that. This deck just gains so much incidental life is the problem. That's interesting. It's not that good next turn, though, because I only have 1 prowess trigger. So I deal them 6 this turn, they go to 14. The dart puts them to 13, and then it's only 9. But I guess, what am I looking for if I graveyard that? Like, I think maybe what I have to do is top that and then draw, like, another pump spell underneath it, Or, like, a second Lava Dart. Yeah, I know I can dart them next turn, but it's still not lethal, is the issue. Double Strike Plus? No, it's not, right? 14. So this would be 3, 6, 12. Oh, I guess it would be 15. But if they play 1 creature, they can go to 16. Yeah, that sucks too. You don't have 2 removal spells, do you? That's bad. Trying to think if there's a way. Well, you know what's funny about this? I could theoretically maybe kill them if I can surveil like multiple darts into the graveyard. I think that's my only out. So we draw for turn, cast the Swiftspear. We have to strobe this and I think hit 2 more darts. Gets like our only way out. Well, that would have been lethal. We have to graveyard that, though, because we're not getting another turn, are we? I mean, we could get another turn. I don't know if it's very likely, but I think I'm still going to graveyard that. Because that gives me Delirium, right? And we just go upstairs and try and find another dart. I think we need 2 more darts. Not quite. So this is what? This is 9 damage? I mean, they only have 7 in play. So there's a chance, right? We deal them 9, they go to 4. I don't know what our out is, though, even if we don't die next turn. But we're not technically dead. They only have 7 damage. I guess we're dead to any creature. Because any creature lets them go up to 3 energy. Oh, no, they have to pay 1 for this, right? But again, I'm not sure we have an out here. It probably has to be Lava Dart. Maybe Lava Dart into another Lava Dart or something like that. Because Lava Dart does give us 2 Surveils. That's bad. Maybe I should have kept that Monstrous Rage. Bro, stop!
Bruh.
Come on, man. Okay, well, I guess it didn't matter, huh? It turns out it didn't matter. Come on, dude. Why you gotta be like that? Okay, so this is almost certainly a matchup we want these Questing Druids. Removal is cheat. Maybe pick your poison because it's good against Prison and Amulet. I'm gonna cut like I'm gonna cut a lot of these pump spells. Not all of them, obviously, but I'm gonna look to cut most of this shit. Because this is kind of the stuff you don't want in a matchup like this, at least for the most part. So we're gonna be cutting some number of these 14 cards. I think we keep this because it's basically a land. Yeah, defense is still good because they do have a lot of removal spells. Being able to protect against that. Kind of the same thing with Mutagenic Growth, where if they have Bolt, we can just pay 2 life to counter the Bolt. I think Strobe is probably our worst one, but maybe we cut like 2 Strobe, 1 Scale Up, 1 Rage, and just keep a little bit of this stuff. I kind of like that. Let's try that. Alright, play first. What's Snakeskin for? I would guess the mono black decks, but maybe I should be boarding in Snakeskin against this deck too, because they do have a ton of removal. This hand's bad. Yeah, maybe I should bring in Snakeskin too. Because they have Bolt, Discharge, and Prison. Yeah. This hand's good. I do like this hand. I think I am shipping Lava Dart. Do you think Swiftspear could 1v1 God with enough prowess triggers? I don't know how to answer that question. No, Big G has ring protection, though, so you would need a Wild Slasher or a Bone Crusher Giant. It's my favorite prowess-type creature. I kind of like Soul-Scar Mage. With the reason being that it's a little more tactical in terms of, like, just using it. You can use it as, like, turns your burn spells into combat tricks. And I kind of like that additional aspect of it. It's not just, just like Unga Bunga cast prowess creature, cast as many spells as possible. There's a little bit more nuance to it sometimes. I mean, sometimes it's like that, but it has that additional application, which I like about it. I learned my lesson about F6ing. Myth realized. That doesn't count. It doesn't even technically have prowess, does it? Stop killing my shit, man. Alright, give me a land, please. Please give me a land. Thank you. Yeah. We should probably Questing Druid this turn, I think. Just want to be mana efficient. Okay, there's the amulet. Yeah, maybe I should have boarded in the Pick Your Poisons. They do have a lot of artifacts or enchantments for it. Not exactly what I wanted to hit. So we hit Questing Druid, Soul-Scar Mage. Really wanted to hit a land off that. I could Seek the Beast again, and then if I hit a land, I could go land Soul-Scar. The other option is just go Soul-Scar Swiftspear. I think Seek the Beast again is better, right? Because that gets me a second Questing Druid, even if I somehow miss. Yeah. I'm actually going to play the Soul-Scar over the Bolt here. Just want the threat. Let me have these two for next turn. I guess I was supposed to get a Stomping Ground there. Although, my life totals is something to worry about, right? It's at least worth considering. Could we get more linear and play Fury of the Horde since Cold Snap pitch spells are playable in 2024? Fury of the Horde with Necro. Is there ever a world to turn to the creature side of Questing Druid? I mean, there is definitely a world. I don't think it is this world, but I think there is definitely a situation where you'd want to do that. But like here, I'm just going to go Druid plus Swiftspear. How'd Mono Black go? We ended up going 3 and 2, but I punted kind of badly. It probably should have been a 4-1. I made a few mistakes. And by a few, I mean a lot. Streaming is hard. I don't know if you know that. Streaming is very, very hard. No, we're going to play Goryo's after this. Plan for today's stream was I had 3 PT decks that I wanted to try out, and then I have a donation deck from Die on the Phone. That's kind of the new thing. I forgot to mention this. We're bringing donation decks back, but we're going to be doing them one a day instead of doing them all on Thursday. So we're doing one a day at the end of each stream, because I have 4 in the queue right now. So Raptor gets more energy, but they didn't get the trigger because they cast it from exile. We can dart that. Found a Mesa. They didn't play a land this turn, right? Oh, no, they did. They played the hub. I think I'm just going to go Questing Druid Lava Dart. It's not max damage, but, like, I kind of have to assume they have a removal spell here. I mean, if they're F6ing, it doesn't seem like they do. 20, I could deal them an extra 4 point... I could deal them an extra 3 damage this turn. It's just not worth it, though. I'll hold up the dart. The thing is, their deck can't really play Wrath of the Skies, right? Because they have Static Prison and Unstable Amulet, so... Like, they just can't play sweepers. Is there a way that we can build Boros without Prison Amulet? No, because it still has a bunch of cheap cards, right? Like Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, whatever. I mean, if they Wrath, it's not even that bad for me. I get at least get this back, right? Deflecting Palm. Oh, we wanted the Snakeskins, right? What should we cut for the Snakeskins? Maybe the rest of the scale-ups? What's better? What's better by itself, Scale-Up or Assault Strobe? Probably Scale-Up, I think? I don't know. You could argue either way. Maybe Assault Strobe is a little bit better because we have 4 protection spells. Yeah, it's pretty close, right? Play Pick Your Poison. The thing... We could try that, I guess. We could try cutting both and play the 2 Pick Your Poisons. Yeah, I guess I'm into that. I do like that Pick Your Poison can hit an early, like an early Static Prison. I think that is nice. I like that. Deflecting Palm against the green-red Eldrazi decks. I mean, I've been known to Deflecting Palm and Embercooler too. No, they didn't make an announcement. What I've been told, though, or what I heard on Spike Stream, is that they're doing they're doing their weekly MTG stream on the mothership site tomorrow, and you can imagine they'll probably address it in some fashion. Now, whether or not they're gonna outright say that they're gonna ban it or whatever, they probably will not necessarily go into super detail about it, but they probably will mention it. Can you imagine, with this much community outrage, if they just decided to take no action against it? Like, I understand that they don't want to necessarily fall into the pattern of always listening to the community, but this is a point where literally every single person, there's not a single person, like, there's nobody defending it. Everybody wants it gone. You know what I mean? It's like... Come on, man. At least with Grief, there were people that defended Grief. There is nobody defending Nadu. Not a single person. Even Spike, who is usually, I would say, pretty even keel. Like, he's usually on the fence. He never, like, takes a side. He was, like, his entire stream today, like, yeah, they gotta ban it, What person is defending Grief? There were some people that did. I don't know. I don't remember specifically, but I remember the Twitter conversation at the time. There were people who were like that, it's part of the format and it's keeping certain decks in check, and that was the argument they used, which, to an extent, sure it is, but... Okay, that was a good draw. Because I wanted to kill the Ajani, but I did not want to sort of time walk myself. Do you think they'll take Shuko instead? No, I don't think so. I mean, there's a chance that they ban Shuko instead, but they shouldn't. There's no way they should. Yeah, Shuko does not solve the problem. Now, to be fair, I do think the deck is significantly worse without Shuko, but it's not dead, And it's interesting, right? Like, how is the deck still tier 1 without Shuko? Like, if you make them use Outrider and Core, Lightning Greaves, and Umbral Mantle, it's still probably good. I don't know if it's necessarily tier 1, but it is still good. That was not the best draw in the world. Second to Johnny's kind of cringe. I don't know what my plan is here. I could main phase the Druid. 4 cards in hand. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. If I main phase Druid and miss on land, it's really bad. Guess Slickshot. Isn't plotting better against Prison? I think my decision is whether I want to plot or cast Seek the Beast this turn. I think plotting is fine. Yeah, we just plot pass. I could attack, but if they block and I growth the other one, they get to flip this, which I don't really want to happen, I think. I don't know, that's interesting. I could just let them flip, I guess. Because then, like, they make a cat token that I can probably pressure it next turn. Maybe attack was fine. Well, what I'm saying is that they have Mantle, Boots, and Outrider, so there's still plenty of things that combo with Nadu. But what I mean is that the turn 3 kill is not nearly as consistent without Shuko, right? Because the deck right now, it just goes turn 1 Saga. They don't ever need to draw the Shuko. They just have Saga on 1, and then they have 8 copies of Nadu on turn 3. So it's like they have 8 copies of each combo piece, but if you ban Shuko, like, I don't know. I'm not convinced that the deck is tier 1 if you ban Shuko. Now, that being said, I don't think that's the appropriate response. I think they should just ban Nadu. But it would be kind of interesting to see what the deck looked like without Shuko. They ban Shuko, they just play Stoneforge for Greaves. Right, but it's so much slower. And it's also not something that they can play off Saga, right? Like, you have to admit that part of the strength of the deck is the fact that they just get the Shuko for free with Saga. You know, first time Shuko in stock on Card Kingdom. Oh shit, what are they paying, by the way? I mean, I already sold mine anyways, but I'm curious to see what they're paying. Somebody told me last week they were paying 26. Someone 5-0 a league without Shuko over the weekend. Do you have a link? I would take a look. Are we just doing the same thing again? Just plot pass? This feels really bad, but I just don't see a better line. I mean, I guess the other line is just cast Seek the Beast. I mean, it's definitely not cast Questing Druid. I think it's just plot pass. We can deal a lot of damage next turn if we go for... Like, I kind of want to go for both at the same time. So the whole reason we wanted to plot is to play around Static Prison. So I think that if you cast and plot the other one, that just kind of defeats the purpose. Like, sure, you get in 1 damage, but if my goal was to get in 1 damage, I would have just cast last turn, you know? The whole point is I want to cast multiples at the same time that they can't prison, you know? Yeah, but it's just, if I seek for land and miss, I'm basically just dead. I'm too far behind at that point. Yeah, what if you just didn't miss on a land, streamer? Have you thought about that? That's not great for me. Yeah, ban Seagate Stormcaller, sure. Sidana says, I think I broke it. Kappa, Emery, Daredevil, Asmo, Ragavan, Thorkel. You can't tell me you broke it and then show me a deck list that has 4 Tamiya meets the Story Circle. Come on. What are we doing here? I still don't believe in that card. Unlicensed Hearse. Okay. So, can I kill them? Honestly, I might even just let them kill a Swiftspear. Right? Because, like, what do my Swiftspears even do here? They have 1,000,000 blockers. I just don't care that much. And I'd rather have this for next turn when I have double Slickshot. Okay, math time. Now, typically I'm not very good at math, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We can even cast the Channeler too. Just in case we find a dart. Might as well look for a dart, right? It's kind of free. Not that it matters, but... I mean, I did the math. Again, I've been known to do bad math before, but I'm pretty sure it is lethal. Well, I'm attacking for 12, and they're at 12, so I think we did the math right. It seems like we did the math correct. This hand only has 1 creature. Is this keepable? We have a Surveillant if they kill our first creature. I'm going to try it. I'm not sure it's actually good enough, but I think it's close, at least. What about 4-color Nadu Burn, and you play Burn with Nadu? What's like the most absurd deck that we could just slot Nadu into? Like Nadu Jeskai Control? I mean, that's just Omnath, right? Nadu Prowess? Bro, Assault Strobe trigger Nadu? Nadu Infect? Well, it's funny you mentioned that because one of our donation decks this week may or may not be Nadu Infect. I'm not going to say for certain, but it might just be. We might be playing a Nadu Infect deck for a donation deck later this week. Maybe. Can't confirm, but maybe. Not even close to lethal, right? We have 9 damage. Give me a creature, please. I need a second creature, please, and thank you. Nadutron. I'm just saying, Assault Strobe trigger Nadu is hot. You got to admit that. Oh, Living End. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to deal them 1 million damage next turn and hope it's good enough. That helps. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 8, 11, 14. Oh, this is lethal, right? Unless they have Force of Negation. So I guess we just lead on Assault Strobe. Since if they don't force that, then we get more damage in that way, I think. But it looks like they are doing that. Sky Turtle? I don't think I can play around that, though. I think I just have to go for it. Okay, no Sky Turtle. Like, sure, there's a bunch of different things they could have here, but I just don't know if I have the luxury of playing around any of that stuff. But now the question is, they pitched Ardently. Do I cast both bolts, which is 4, 8, 10, put them to 3? Or do I cast Soul-Scar and hope they don't have a Cascade spell? I think I just put them to 3. Because then I can draw another bolt to kill them. And we have time, right? Because they only have 8 power. So they go to 3, they get 8 power back. We can play a Chump Blocker. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put them to 3. Yeah, we stopped Fed Shock too, which is huge. Yeah, they also pitched an Ardently, so there's almost no way they don't have it, right? Oh. Well, fuck me, I guess. I guess they just had double force then. Well, shit. Turns out we were never winning this game, huh? As a matter of fact, we were 0% the whole time. Living End is fun, huh? What they pitched? They pitched Subtlety and Ardently. Guess I theoretically had outs, but whatever. Alright, Crypt, and I think that's really it, right? Yeah. Cut Blossoming Defense. Because they're not really ever interacting with their creatures in play. They're just interacting on the stack. No, it does not work against cyclers. Harsh Mentor specifically says on the battlefield. And cycling does not happen on the battlefield. Kill more fast. I had a turn 3 kill. How much faster do you want me to kill? My deck can't go faster than that. I guess you theoretically can kill on turn 2. It's not likely, but you can. I had a turn 3 kill in the play, and it was not even close to good enough. And to be honest with you, they didn't even need the second force. Like, even if they only had 1 force, I still probably would have lost that game. This is sideboard card, but no threat. It's also really awkward that I have both Assault Strobe and Leadership. Like, I don't know. We can try to surveil into a Slickshot, maybe. I don't know. I guess I keep it on 6. I could hold this for prowess, but it's better if they have grief. Force of Negation and Living End opening hand. Name a more iconic duo. Like, what do you want me to do, man? I'm only human, okay? I'm only human. I found a creature. Surely it's good enough, right? Dude, playing against Living End is miserable. This shit sucks. Trying to think if it's better to play this as a land. Like, I could Strobe this turn with the intention of going Bolt Leadership next turn, but I don't even think that's enough damage. So I think I do play it as a land. Playing Living End is fun and exciting. Those are not 2 words that I would use to describe when piloting a Living End deck. No, there's only one Surveil land. Who would I root for? Who would I root for? Nadu versus Living End. I would hope that match ended in a draw and both players getting disqualified due to slow play. This is 14, right? I mean, like, what am I supposed to do, right? I'm just going to deal them 14. Okay. Bro, if you force me again, this would be the third force, by the way. There's no chance. There's absolutely no chance. I can't, man. What am I supposed to do? How do they have double force every fucking game? Come on, man. This is unreal. Yeah, can I get a judge to check their forces? I think their forces are foil, but it seems that the only card in their deck that is foil is Force Negation. I'm a little confused. Triple. Well, they milled over one. They didn't draw the third one. But yes, triple force in the top 12 cards is completely absurd. This deals them 5. Puts them in bolt range, right? I have to, I think. Kind of have to assume I'm not getting anything else out of this Swiftspear, so. Alright, please, just let me draw the bolt. Come on. See, here's my logic, right? If my opponent can have 3 Force of Negations in the top 15 cards of their library, I can have 3 bolts in the top 12, right? Why would I not keep that emo? Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. Thank you, Besley. I hadn't thought about that. That is a good call. Yeah, you're right. Let's not do that. See ya. All right, give me a bolt, please. Give me a bolt, please. Lava Dart's lethal now, too. I guess the problem is they have Architects. So we're probably not going to draw a relevant card, right? Yeah, this means we're not going to draw a relevant card. I mean, they know our top 2 cards, so... Oh, let's go! Oh, that's so good. They found 2 lethal cards. Oh, that's so good. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. That is what we call justice. Absolute justice. Yeah, it's like you architect them, but you just see 3 lightning bolts. You're like, what am I supposed to do? This hand is really good if I can draw a second land. I think we keep, right? I think we keep this. We just have to believe. We're on the draw. It deserves a sub. Any primers? Any primers? Anybody with a spare prime in the chat? Prime is free. I don't know if you knew that. Okay, that is not a land. I am still going to play the Crypt against potential grief. I mean, I know they have the Force. Just cast it. I know you have it. You've had it every game. Yeah, I know. I'm not stupid. I know you have it. I told you have it every game. I know this works. You can't fool me, man. I think they've kept 7 every game too. Yeah, I think they've kept 7 all 3 games, and they've had opening hand Force of Negation all 3 games as well. That's why you play Live Again, folks, I guess. We could still win if I draw land this turn. Land. Unfortunate. God, that sucks, dude. That really sucks. Playing against allies forever. Do you think that my opponent has Hada Freeblade in their deck? Keep this. I think I'm leading on Swiftspear. I went 3-2 with Necro, but I also played really bad in my 2 losses. I think those could have easily been wins. I played the Modern Super off stream yesterday with Necro, and I went 7-2. And my only 2 losses were to the Mirror. Alright, they probably don't have Counterspell in their allies deck, would be my guess. Unless it's like Counter Rebels kind of thing. Imagine they just go Hallowed Fountain, Hot a Free Blade. But yeah, I played pretty bad in the 2 matches we lost with Necro. Definitely some things I could have done differently. But I think the deck is extremely powerful. And I'm fairly confident that it will be the best deck after the Nadu ban. Because you have to realize, it's not a matter of if with Nadu, it's a matter of when. Like, it will be banned. 100%. Mark my words. See, I'm supposed to draw a second land there, unfortunately. Soul-Scar Mage, the better threat we can get. I kind of figured that with 3 Swiftspears, I would rather just play those first. But maybe it was possible I should have played the Soul-Scar that turn. Yeah, there are 18 lands in this deck. Well, technically, streamer, there are 17 plus a DFC. Actually, I mean, I wouldn't like to draw the DFC, but I would accept it. No, we can't hashtag ban Shuko. We have to hashtag ban Nadu. This is just a Hogak situation. If they ban Shuko, they don't know what they're doing. How about the 4th copy of Swiftspear? I mean, I guess. I don't know. What else am I doing, right? So we agree they're banning Shuko. I mean, they don't have the best track record, so I guess I should say I wouldn't be surprised if they ban Shuko. Should they? Absolutely not. Is there a chance they will? Probably. There is definitely a chance. See, we don't know what they do. We don't know what they're doing, and they don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing. What about banning Springheart? No, because they just play like a bunch of Mem Knights and shit if he bans Springheart. I don't think that really solves the problem. Like, the whole concept is that Shuko plus Nadu is a broken draw engine. Regardless of what the other cards that are in the deck. It doesn't matter if there's a bunch of, like, Springheart Nantukos, like, nothing else matters. It's just those 2 cards combined are an extremely powerful, like, way too efficient draw engine. And I think that whatever card you ban, as if you're choosing to not ban one of those 2 cards, it's just flat out wrong. Kind of surprised they didn't get a blue land when they have Counterspell in hand. We know Shuko is going in it. We know Shuko is going. It's not close. Look how long Mox Opal and KCI lasted. Mox Opal wasn't necessarily like when Mox Opal first became a player in the metagame, it wasn't part of a combo deck. It was Affinity for the longest time. And I think that if the only deck that you were allowed to play Mox Opal in was Affinity, it would not be banned. Like, I don't think it's too powerful in Affinity. What got Mox Opal banned was fucking Urza and all the combo cards. Astrolabe too, you know? Well, I guess Astrolabe wasn't a combo card, but like Oko, Urza, you know what I mean? Like all these combo cards. But I think if it weren't for those cards, if it was just Affinity, I don't think Opal would ever be banned. Is this a safe space from Nadu? Well, assuming that our opponents don't play it, yes. But you are safe from the bird. The bird cannot hurt you here. Will I ever draw a second land this game? Stay tuned to find out now. They Monstrous Rage their Bowmasters, Giga Chad. A little too late, but I did draw the second land. So here's the issue. We know they have Counterspell. Literally has a bird in hand. No, this is a wizard. I can't go for the win. If I attack with both, they just block. I dart them twice. They go to 6 and then go to 3. So, like, oh, so is Nadu? Okay, I guess that was a bad argument then. If I cast Slickshot, they just counter it. Maybe that's fine. What if I plot? What if I just go attack and then plot? Take the Ragavan hit? I could also go Soul-Scar, hold up Dart. You know what? I actually kind of like that line. Soul-Scar, hold up Dart. Because we know they have Ragavan. Let's do that. I guess they might counter the front half of Dart, but if they do that, then I'll just flash it back. Curious to whether or not they're going to counterspell the Soul-Scar Mage. I doubt they will, but they might. Yeah, they don't counter it. Think plot is good. Yeah, I just don't want to take another Ragavan hit. If I hold up the Dart, they just don't have any pressure. Did they top a card? I think they did, right? No, they graveyarded Scalding Tarn, okay. Noted. Yes, come on, start with DRC. 1/1, by the way. They have instant sorcery land. Okay, so they're just missing creature. Their hand is Counterspell Ragavan. Yes, we don't cast the Dart now. Question is, do we just start with... Actually, wait. We could just go... Hold on, I have an idea. We just cast the Slickshot. They're going to counter it. We respond to the counterspell, Dart the Channeler. Attack with all three. They have no good blocks because we can flash back the Dart. Right? I think this makes sense. I would love to go see Mastodon. Yeah, so this is fine, because like I said, they just have no good blocks. And their last card's Ragavan. And they have to block at least 2, right? So we might as well just put them to... I think it is worth using the Dart here. Like, I just don't really care that much about the Ragavan, I think. They go to 2, we lose nothing. I could just let them keep the Tamiyo and hold up the Dart for the Ragavan, but I think this is just better, right? Like, if they want to spend 2 of their mana dashing Ragavan, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so Ragavan on defense. That's lethal, because they only have 2 blockers. Yeah, they're just dead to any spell. Yeah, their mana didn't seem particularly great, so this has to be a Questing Druid matchup, right? Questing Druid and Snakeskin. Do we want Pick Your Poison against Tamiyo? I don't... Maybe. I definitely want to cut some of the pump spells, like some number of Assault Strobe and... like some number of this package. The defenses are still good because they counter removal spells. But I want to cut some number of these cards. Do we think they're on Murktide? I don't know. Their mana base seemed kind of weird, though. They could be. When Modern started, how afraid were you of Ely's deck? Not at all. Because I know Ely would never, ever choose to register those cards. Like, it's just not possible. Trust me, I knew. I knew. You think there is Murktide decks? We could like have these just to hedge, because they still kill Tamiyo. I mean, either way, I think I'm cutting all these. You could just do like 1 to hedge. I'll just play 2, it's fine. I think this is good. I guess the Pick Your Poisons make the Questing Druids a bit more awkward, because if they don't have Murktide, Pick Your Poison's going to have a very limited amount of targets, and hitting it off of Druids could be bad. But they did show us a counterspell, yeah. Wait, if Watsy's on vacation, how are they going to do a daily MTG tomorrow? This hand sucks. But I mean, I think I'd rather keep this than go to 5, right? Just put this back, I guess. No energy decks, unless you count the Goryo's deck that has Wrath of the Skies in the sideboard. So, you know, technically, right? I love F8 just giving away my Mutagenic Growth tells. Yeah, I always draw the district too. I guess I could have put that back. I don't think I want a second Dart with this hand, so I'm just going to do it this way. I'm doing this because I want to kill their Channeler, so I knew for a fact I was not going to play the Channeler that turn. So that's why I thought there was no reason to, I guess I could have maybe saved the Bauble for the turn that I played the Channeler, but I figured that wasn't worth it. Honestly, if they dash Ragavan, I might Lava Dart it. I do have 3 lands. Yeah, I know. There's only one Surveillant, you know? Just every single time. Nethergoyf. What could this have been instead? Could have been a Monstrous Rage. Could have been a boat too, I guess. We're on 3 card types right now. Instant land artifact. It's not bad. Do you have to buy a sub for MTGBot every month? Usually, we had a running gag for a while where chat would just gift a sub to MTGBot every month. It's been a while since we've done that though. The thing is, we have to be a little bit careful about the Nethergoyf power and toughness because we want to make sure that they can't not dead after all their Nethergoyf. Was that too soon? Might have been too soon. Yeah, we also can't forget about Amaranth. Can you not? Alright, I cast Mental Misstep. Is that good? Wait, hold on. I gotta do some math here. Are we close to lethal? Because we can pick your poison for no value just to flip Delirium. So, pick your poison, Rage, Dart is 3 spells for Soul-Scar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rage the Soul-Scar is +3, that's 7. 7 minus 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. I think I can deal them 10 next turn. 10 is not 16. Is my math right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Assuming they block 4 cards in hand. My worry is that if I Monstrous Rage the Soul-Scar Mage, like, they might just hold back the Nethergoyf the turn after, but I guess it's fine. The other issue with this line is, like, I kind of have to cast the Monstrous Rage first, because I need to see if I get Delirium off of this. So what I'm saying is that if I find Delirium, then I don't have to just put this in my graveyard for no reason. So, like, I think I lead here and see where we go from there. Surveillant first? I guess that was better, yeah. Surveillant first was better. It kind of ends up being the same thing, but yeah, Surveil first was better. Okay, so now we don't cast the thing. Although it feels weird graveyarding that card. So we just go to combat. 5, 6, 7, 8. And I probably should kill the... Wait, really? Why would they block here? I'm confused. Did I just dart them? Yeah, maybe they have Scam Effect? I mean, I could just pass priority, I guess. See, it's weird. If I'm playing around Bolt, I should dart now. If I'm playing around Not Dead After All, I should just pass priority. But it's like, which one do I want to play around, you know? I can't play around both. I have to choose which one I want to play around. Yeah, I guess the Bolt is good either way, because they can just Bolt the Channeler. So I should just play around Not Dead After All and pass priority. Oh. No, they just wanted the chump block. Okay, your turn. Or maybe they had Bolt EOT. I feel like if they had Bolt, they would have killed the Channeler on their turn, though, right? Because I didn't have Delirium at that point. When is the ban list coming out? Hopefully soon. We don't actually know, though. Hopefully the answer is very soon. What's up, Nima? Are they attacking? Well, they're attacking. I will take 3. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, Dart is a -1/-1 counter with Soul-Scar Mage, which is nice. Would love to draw a Questing Druid. That's probably our best draw here. Even if they counterspell it, it's not that big of a deal. Actually, if they counterspell it, are they dead? 3, 6... If we draw a spell, we theoretically have lethal. Even if they counter it. I don't think a ban list is necessary, even though the Pro Tour is 5 Nadu top 8, MTGO results leading up to PT show more variety. Well, the issue with that statement, Demora, is I don't disagree with you. The MTGO results did show a little bit more variety. The problem is, if you look at 99% of the lists that were played at the Pro Tour, you physically cannot play those lists on Moto because they just take too long. They involve loops where you're like you're going through your entire deck multiple times, and you just don't have the clock to do that on Moto. So like you have to play you could argue, strictly worst list that has Thassa's Oracle or something just to be able to win on Moto. And it's even on top of that, even with the Thassa's Oracle, it still sucks to play, you know? So that is part of it. That's bad. 1 mana 5/6, by the way. Pick your poison is not looking super great. 2, 3, 4. I can't even if I cast the pick your poison for no value, I couldn't attack there, right? Because 3, I have a 4/5, and they'd have a 4/5. Yeah. So what's my out? I don't even know. Like chump block with Soul-Scar Mage. Could double block and dart one. I don't think that's a winning line though. Actually, I wonder if I have more outs by chump blocking with Channeler instead of Soul-Scar Mage. Just because the Soul-Scar represents more damage next turn. And, like, I kind of have to assume their hand has Stone Cold nothing, because I can't beat much. Yeah, we boarded out the scale-ups. Let's go to game 3. Yeah, we boarded out all the scale-ups and Assault Strobes, which I think is correct in this matchup. But, I don't know. Just the way that game played out, it was kind of awkward. Would you consider boarding them back in on the play? Like, over Lava Darts, maybe? Oh, no, the pick your poisons we want to cut. Yeah, they were terrible. Because there's no way they have Murktide. We thought they maybe had Murktide, but if they're like Nethergoyf, Bowmaster, Ragavan, I highly doubt they have Murktide in their deck. So let's just keep in, like, 1 and this, maybe. Something like that. Could be okay. I don't know if you guys know this, but I was the one that was personally responsible for Nadu. So you can send all your hate, and you can send all your hate towards me, especially if that hate involves Twitch Prime subs. I really like keeping hands like this, but they never work out. I think Nadu is not as impressive as people think. Lots of pro teams are settled on the deck for their team. Maybe, yeah. If you look closely, you can find Doom's signature in the showcase Nadu. Dude, that's going to be the running joke at this point, is people are just going to come up to me at events and have me sign Nadus. Alright, I keep this. Integer, thank you for the 9-month resub. Thank you for that hate sub. Appreciate that. Guess we did this, and then just play this. Yes. No, I did not go to Amsterdam. The next event that I am participating in will be the Regional Championship in DC, which is apparently in Virginia, not DC. And actually, I wanted to check and see how far of a drive that was. I think it's in Chantilly, Virginia. How far is Chantilly, Virginia? Directions. My location. Brother. It is 6.5 hours. That's not bad. I might just drive then. 6.5 is not bad at all. I've done drives that are twice that. Is it a hashtag? I don't know if they announced the official location. Surely they have. No, it's not actually in DC. I wonder if hold on, let me look. Regional Championship DC MTG. Regional Championship SCG Con Washington DC. Do they have an event? Decklist. Event structure rules. Contact. It's probably on the SCG website, right? Ooh, that's nice. What's the location? This October. Location and lodging. Holiday Inn Chantilly. Yeah, it's in Chantilly, Virginia. Or, sorry, Dole's Expo Center in Chantilly. The lodging is the Holiday Inn, right? Okay. I don't think it's quite GG, especially because they could have a counterspell. But I am just going to see if they have a counterspell. There's no way they would take this long if they had a counterspell. What are we doing? What are we doing? So I guess Questing Druid in our own end phase. How on earth did it take you that long to counter that? Come on, dude. That's pretty absurd. Alright, 2 Soul Scars is not too bad. That bruh. I mean, look, I wasn't gonna say it, but well, the chat's saying it. It is entirely a possibility. That is entirely a possibility. So you have to take one more hit. I'm blue, da ba dee da ba die. Dragon's Rage Channeler, 1/1 by the way. So the question is, do we Veil or do we Growth? I think we Growth because Veil plays around Fatal Push. It's not a cover if you change all the words. I mean, potato, right? Like, it still has the same vibe to it. I can't tell if they're sniping or if they're just playing very, very slow. You know, I could be either way. I could be convinced either way. No attacks, huh? No attacks is weird. And they have 3/4 netherglyphs, huh? Yeah, I guess it could be both. I likely am at a die next turn. I don't think that likely. Especially because this gives us delirium. I really hope they fight over this scale up, like with a removal spell, because then I really want to cast the Snakeskin Veil. Now that I said that, they're not going to fight over it. Okay, the question is, do we also attack with the other Soul-Scar? I don't think so. I kind of fucked myself against Fatal Push, right? Because now, what if they just double block with Netherglyph? They could also just chump block with Channeler, which I guess I have to be okay with that. Getting a basic swamp. Why are they getting a basic swamp? They are drowning something. I think they're drowning my Channeler, which I can Snakeskin Veil, so that's fine. It'd be pretty funny if they didn't... Okay. Wait, they're drowning my Soul-Scar Mage. Why are they drowning my Soul-Scar Mage? I mean, I guess we save it, right? Because this kills their flyer. Yeah, I guess we save it. I think saving it's okay. I don't want that. I'm confused as to why they blocked and then killed it. I'm a little confused. I'm just gonna take 8, go to 3. If they drew Bolt, they drew Bolt. Like, it's gonna be hard for me to beat Bolt regardless, so I just can't play around it, I think. Yeah, maybe they were waiting to bait a Monstrous Growth. Okay, we don't have Bolt, that's good. So, I guess we should lead on Seek the Beast. I think gives us the most amount of looks. They have a counterspell, it's bad either way, but not much I can do about that. Graveyard that. Kind of feels like they have a counterspell. Alright, so now we can cast the Questing Druid, and I think we have to just... I think we have to attack for 6 and play around nothing. Like, obviously, if I attack for 6, I'm dead to any removal spell up the top. Attack for 6, they go to 7. We kind of have to draw, like, another Questing Druid next turn. Lava Dart, maybe. Yeah, I just can't play around a removal spell, I think. We're dead to a lot of cards this way, but I just don't think I can play around much. Okay, it seems like we're alive. That's good. I like to hear that. Maybe they have a counterspell in hand. Probably can't beat that either. What the hell's this? Oh, Netherglyph flashback? Okay. Double block is also okay if they have nothing because you don't even have lethal. Yeah, this is going to be tough because they have a third Netherglyph. I don't even know what I can draw at this point. It has to be like Questing Druid into 2 very good spells probably, because there's not a single spell that kills them. Even Rage is 1 short, right? And Rage onto the Channeler, it's only 6. Yeah, Rage is only 6 though. I guess, what if I rage onto the Soul-Scar? How much toughness will their Netherglyph have? Still 5, right? Because I think they can Netherglyph... Oh, only 3. Well... So... Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 minus 3 is 3 plus 3 is 6. Am I 1 short? I think I'm 1 short. Unless we bin Lava Dart off the Channeler. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm dead on board, so I obviously have to go for it. Might as well let them block first. Alright, we need to hit a Lava Dart in the graveyard, please. So close. So close. God, they had nothing, too. 1 damage short, huh? That was tough. Whenever you play games like that, it's like, you can't really help but think, did I miss 1 point of damage at some point that game? GG's Flex. What was with that tank on the counterspell, by the way? The turn that I think it was from Plot or whatever. Like, I'm just curious as to what you were thinking about there. Discard a card. Discard a card, huh? I think this one. You had Bolt, Drown, Counterspell. Oh, okay. So I was never winning then. I see. So I had no chance. I kind of want to just go tap land here, and then I can go turn 2 Plot Slickshot. It's going okay today, Clockwork. Is that a Magebane Lizard in your main deck, or are you just happy to see me? Oh my goodness. I have to get green too, which sucks, but... Why can't it be both? I never said it couldn't be. They know the drill. They are aware. They're just ready for the storm meta. Yeah, I was just curious about the counterspell turn, but it makes sense if you had that many things that you were like trying to figure out which one to cast. Oh my goodness. GG's Flex though, GG's. Sean Bruno, thank you for the 36-month resub. Yes, the PT was that bad. It was quite bad. Oh, they died. Well, that was fun. Well, I guess they could have had Soul Spike. But I feel like if they had Soul Spike, they might have just done it on their turn to not discard, but it is possible they have Soul Spike here. I guess they could also have Force of Despair. All this to say, I can't play around shit. I have to try and kill them, you know? Like, I just can't play around anything. If they have the Soul Spike or the Force, then good beats. Okay, they didn't have it. How did my PT Fantasy Draft team do? I got 5th, I think, out of 8. We had 8 people. There were 2 different people who had two players in top 8, so I was basically drawing dead going into Sunday, even with Javier. And also, Javier just got destroyed anyways. Well, not destroyed. It was a close 5-game match, but... Do we have anything in our board against Mono Black? This log is an absolute heater, by the way. So, I don't know if this is a matchup where I want to cut the Assault Strobes. I don't know what I want to cut. Maybe like Mutagenic Growth. This is going to sound weird. I kind of want to trim a Soul-Scar Mage. Just because I think I have to go really fast in this matchup, and I don't want, like... I need to be playing Swiftspears early or Slickshots on turn 2, and not Soul-Scar Mages. Like, I know going down a threat in this matchup is kind of weird, but it's just my worst threat by so much. Now, I'm going to keep this hand. This might be a situation I want to wait till turn 2 to play Soul-Scar. Jesus Christ, dude. Bro, chill. Bro, chill. Is Bolt good in this matchup? I would assume so, right? Alright, well, I can't play around shit, so... Cast my Soul-Scar Mage, I guess. Bro had two Chancellors. This is what we've come to at this point. Yeah. 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 I know. I know. Ooh, that's nice. We can probably get a free attack in too, because they're never blocking here. I don't think they are. Mm. All right, touche. Touche, I lied. I think we have lethal next turn, right? No, because we don't have the scale up. Is Chancellor of the Dross the man from this song? No, Chancellor of the Dross is the Mac. Return of the Chancellor. Okay, well if they draw too many cards, then we can kill them. There's a chance we could even kill them with Blossoming Defense back up. It's not as likely though. They're not going to draw that many cards. Yeah, they drew 3. They're playing it safe. Force of Despair does not exist. It cannot hurt me. It's not a real card. What do we do here, though? I'm at 10. Yeah, but this doesn't hit creatures, right? My opponent said, if you 20-0 me again, I swear to God. Alright, that means they don't have Soul Spike. Math time. Well, they're at 21, right? So we have to deal 21. Maybe they're baiting me. I mean, they have the Machinations. Even if I assume they have nothing, I don't have enough, right? Because I can play 3 spells, and I can give my Slickshot +3. So it's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh shit, I do have lethal. Oh, no, because I don't have 4 mana, right? If I had 4 mana, I would have lethal. The most I can do is cast Bolt Strobe Defense, which, if I cast Bolt Strobe Defense, it's 3 spells plus 2, so it's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. Oh, it is 21, right? It is 21. We also take 6 from 3 casts. Yeah, but I fetch to 9, I take 6, go to 3, and then I don't die. I mean, I just kind of have to assume they have nothing, right? Like, is it getting any better? I don't think it's getting any better, right? I can't imagine it's getting any better. Six from 3 casts plus fetch is 7 plus enchantment is dead. Oh, shit. Well, that's a problem. I forgot about that, didn't I? 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, because I have to go to 3 life. What if I just wait and cast the bolt on their turn? But if I cast the bolt on their turn, I have 4 less damage from the double strike. Yeah. True. So maybe I'm supposed to just go Blossoming Defense and then hold up the bolt? Does that make sense? Because if I cast the bolt, I'm literally dead on board. I mean, it's a free attack. I can't cast a spell, but it is a free attack. So they're gonna go to 4. Oh. They're actually not gonna go to 4. Okay. Alright. Anyways. You know, I feel like that game would be a little bit different if they didn't have double Chancellor. Just gonna throw that out there. Alright, I'll play first. Can you not Chancellor me this time, please? Would really appreciate that. Sounds good. Okay, no Chancellors. You'd love to see that. I know, I was kind of laughing at the Lizard in game 1, but it was pretty good that game. I discard my flashback card. Hopeless Nightmare not great against Lava Dart. Ooh. That's almost certainly lethal next turn. Well, I guess the problem is they have Soul Spike. Am I going all in? I don't know. Hopefully we just draw a protection spell like Blossoming Defense or Snakeskin Veil, and then we just have Soul Spike covered. I don't know, would you play around Soul Spike without them drawing any extra cards from Necro? Or do they have Collective Brutality? That would kind of suck. It kind of seems like they do. It's what they're thinking about, like, what to discard. So they're choosing all 3 modes. So if I Growth, they take Bolt. I mean, I can't not save this, right? That's almost Delirium. Reminds me of high school 15 plus years ago. Well, maybe that's the vibe that I was going for. What type are we missing, by the way? We have land, instant, artifact. Missing creature or sorcery. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This might just be an attack for 2, pick up Jegantha situation. What's nice about that is if they have Second Nightmare, we can discard Jegantha to get Delirium. Yeah, I guess we could Surveil. Maybe Jegantha's just not relevant. Oh. Okay, well, in that case, that certainly changes things, huh? I think that changes things. I don't know, though. They're kind of maybe likely to kill the Slickshot this turn. Maybe it's not worth it. Oh, shit. That sucks. Well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't go for it, huh? It gives me Delirium. Actually, that's not even that bad, right? Question is, do we keep the Assault Strobe on top? I mean, it's a 1-mana deal 5, right? We just go draw the Assault Strobe, Growth, Strobe, hit for 10, they go to 7. Do we have a card that is better? Is a random card better than 1-mana deal 5? I don't know that it is. I'm all in. Right, I mean, if they kill the Channeler, I'm going to lose anyways, right? They pitched the Spike. Well, they pitched the Spike because they just didn't have the extra cards in hand, right? I think I'm keeping the Assault Strobe. Start here. So what should I be topping here? I guess that, right? Like, that seems good enough. Assuming they don't have a removal spell, right? Let me just do this. No reason to cast the Dart now. So they go to 7, and we have 4 damage. Seems like they're just passing, which is good. Yeah, it's insurance against Necro, which is nice. So if they don't have a removal spell here, they're kind of dead. Seems like they have something. Or not. Dun, 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 dun. That is unfortunate. Could bolt my own Channeler. Kind of need like a Slickshot or a Channeler though, right? But I think this is just better than bolting them. They're at 7. I think I'm topping that. Because we have the Dart in the graveyard. I think topping that's good. They have no cards in hand. Okay. Well. Monka. Give me like another Swiftspear up the top. That'd be nice. Or a Slickshot. Swiftspear or Slickshot. Just stop drawing Bump of the Nights, please. Please don't draw Bump of the Night. Alright, I'll take that. So we can't kill them this turn. Like, I guess I could have played the Channeler pre-combat and flashback Dart to put them to 3. Maybe that was worth it. The Channeler was a huge draw, though. That was massive. Oh. Okay, I'm not going to use the Dart now because I want to save it for a prowess trigger. I'm kind of surprised they targeted the Channeler and not... Why would they target the Channeler and not me? I guess they kind of needed to. But now, I mean, they just didn't have any outs, right? I feel like maybe cut themselves off outs. All right, we got there. Easy dubs. They typed in chat, it's over. I'm going to say, no, it's Jover. I wanted to say it's Jover. Come on, man. The Boss Man's Prowess list. Let me open these chests after we talk about the deck. Folks watching on YouTube, this was Brian Boss, the Boss Man, as the kids call him, is so affectionately known. This deck was pretty cool. I like being a lot more aggressive with the scale-ups and the Assault Strobes, especially in this metagame that's just extremely fast. So I like the approach. I'm not sure that I love the Blossoming Defenses, and I kind of think I want to play more Mutagenic Growth, more Monstrous Rage instead. I think I'd probably go 3 Rage, 4 Growth, no Blossoming, and then you just sideboard all of the anti-removal spell stuff. Like, your sideboard could just be like 2 Snakeskin, 1 Blossoming or something. The Pick Your Poisons were fine. Those could probably go for more protection spells, but I do like this approach overall. Kind of miss the Questing Druids in the main, but I don't know how you would main deck those without trimming into some of the pump spells. So it's kind of like the approach of you're sort of pre-boarded for the combo decks and your post-board is good against the fair decks. But if you're watching us on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought down below. Everybody say adios to the YouTube frogs, and I will see you guys in the next one.